Hey, I was thinking about something kind of interesting that I wanted to share with you. Sometimes you can nail it in certain areas. And then there's that one area that we're always struggling in. Some people's it's money, some people it's weight, some people it's health, some people it's finances, some people it's relationships. And I think that there's a reason for that. I think life wants us to learn new things. And if you could just keep achieving success in that one area that you usually struggle with, you wouldn't surrender and learn something bigger. So life makes that one area really hard. It makes you constantly try to fix it from your mind. You're in full strategy of how to fix that one thing. Notice for a lot of people, the thing that they're having a hard time with, they're always thinking about. They're always struggling in it. They're always in that world. And the other areas, they're not stressfully thinking about it that much. Everyone has one. Not everyone, but a lot of people have one. Most people know what I'm talking about. There's one area that I constantly don't know how to take care of, and I'm always complaining about it. I'm always stressing about it. I'm always strategizing it. And it's the one area that I won't let myself fall flat on my face about and finally surrender. Like we've got this addictive mind that just tries to come in and deal with it. And we don't let life actually take care of it. I know I've had it many times with my weight. I always think I want to get fit, and then I will come up with some crazy strategy. You know, I'm on one right now. I'm juicing and I'm doing all these different things. And it's I think it's working, but there's times where I'm just showing up and totally stressed going, no, I want to get fitter, faster, not fatter. See, there's my problem. And I can think of people I know who have it with money. They're just constantly trying to figure out money. And you know what's funny is in all those areas, there's a million ways to do it. And if you say you're having a hard time with this, people will tell you the way that they were successful in it. But that doesn't mean that's your way. And things like fitness, for instance, have a million different strategies, and tons of them fight each other. They all argue with each other. And with money, there's so many different ways to save it, or spend it a certain way, or do whatever. Like, put it in this account. No, don't do that. That's crazy. Put it in this account. Or, donate it. Donate it to charity and make yourself a big wide open space. Like there's so many different things. With relationships, there's so many how-to make a relationship good. And if you say, I'm not okay in this area, a million people will come up and say, well, here's what you're doing wrong. And then you hear a bunch of advices, and then you're in your head planning your new strategy. And all of those aren't trusting in that area. And the real reason we aren't successful in that area is life wants us to surrender on a whole new level about it. It wants us to get out of the way. It wants us to stop deciding how it'll work. Like for my career, I don't have hardly any part of me doing anything other than just being a microphone for what comes through. Like for my career, I just sit back, I hardly do anything, and I listen and I meditate, and the most amazing stuff comes through, and my purpose feels fulfilled, and it's amazing. And it just comes through on a higher and higher amazing level. But then when it comes to me trying to get fit, I'm constantly in, I got to do this, I got to do this. I have been in the past, and I'm working on that surrender. But if I just got fit immediately when I wanted to, Or if people I know who have the money issue just got the money immediately, they would have their circumstance good, but not get to identify the core root of the problem, which is in that area. We're still in our heads and not our body. We're not trusting. And I'm not saying trust and then just sit under a tree and you'll suddenly have a bank account. What I mean is, in certain areas, you're not thinking of yourself as in lack. And if you're thinking of yourself as in lack in a certain area, you're constantly fighting from that lack. And you're always fighting yourself in that space of lack. So I don't think of myself as in lack as far as my career or my relationships are concerned. I think of myself as very appreciative, and there's not me putting a stranglehold on that thing. And this isn't about how to get it. And when you're in a place of how, you're not in a why. When you're in a place of how, you're enslaved because you're constantly fighting. How do I get out of debt? How do I fix my relationship problems? How do I get healthier? How do I get fitter? How? Because, and your underlying implication is because I'm not okay now. And the first thing we got to do is really, really be okay with where we are. Because there's a new way trying to come through. And what's so great about life is it's reflecting to you when you're still not truly okay with where you are in any circumstance. Because it'll keep putting you in lack until you learn to accept everything. And every time you default and go back to the old way, it's going to pull it away from you again. So life is doing what it can to get us to actually change. And it won't give us what we want until we shift our consciousness. And we will always be in lack until we evolve as people in one area or another. That's what's so amazing. Is that you're never there, or you're always there, but you always get to grow and learn new things. And that's why life is so fun. So notice your judgment of it, whatever the area is that you feel off in, if you have any. Whether it's your judgment of other people, whether it's that you're a control freak, whether it's that you worry all the time, whether it's that you are over-optimistic and you don't actually be with what is. Whatever your thing is, that you are off in a certain area, whatever it is, bring it up and be okay with it. Because life wants to take you to some place you've never been before. And if you go, okay, I'm picturing that I'm okay now, and then you check your results, it's going, you're not actually trying to be okay. You're trying to get something. So we got to stop trying to check the results and become what we want to become. And take it easy on ourselves. Because in that one area, we're abusing ourselves. And imagine if someone else was in your position. Would you be as hard on them as you are to yourself? If your best friend was in your position, if you found a little 5-year-old that's broke, would you give that kid a bunch of crap? No. You just give them love. We're here to evolve. Always. And we got to start with love. For ourselves in that area. In all areas. In all of us. So we don't even see it as areas anymore. Yeah. Feels good.